So before we begin, I just have a few reminders for everyone. Firstly, you can access all of the program information in the Tech Expo Hub, but I've included a direct link to this program's information in the chat window. We encourage you to submit questions for the presenters anytime during the program using the Q&A button in the Zoom toolbar. If you need any technical support during the program, you can click on the tech support link in the chat window, or you can just send me a direct chat message with your problem. This program is being recorded. The recording will be posted in the Tech Expo Hub within the next few weeks. Welcome to Dispute Tech, an online system for resolving disputes and conflicts. Our presenters today are Gal Gorodeski and Dr. Gal Harpaz. Presenters, you may proceed with the program.
Thank you very much. Good night, everybody. From Tel Aviv, now is 10:30 p.m. Thank you for the opportunity to present to you Dispute Tech. Dispute Tech is a legal tech startup company from Israel, a startup nation and a global leader in the number of lawyers per capita. One of 130 Israelis is a lawyer. Dispute Tech develops technological application based on the binary resolution model, which is a new language for online dispute resolution and the centralized autonomous organizations. We don't want to help you to make your work better. We want to show you how you can do your work differently as mediators, and we don't want to replace what you are doing, but we want you to add the binary resolution engine to your mediation tools. We have few surprises for you, but we'll save most of them for the end. My name is Gal Gorodeski, and I'm the designer of the binary resolution model and the founder of Dispute Tech. Today is the first time ever that we are presenting the binary resolution model, and there is no better place to do it than in the first ABA 2020 Dispute Resolution Tech Expo. So our journey, as usually happens, began with crisis after 25 years of legal career in the field of employment law. And after litigating long and complex cases, including class action lawsuits, some of them lasted more than 10 years, it became apparent to me that the Israeli legal system does not offer a just solution. Like other places in the world, any involvement with the justice system in Israel is highly expensive and takes a long time. Therefore, it is not accessible to many. Sometimes cases that took 10 years to end needed only two or three answers of principal short questions. But it was impossible to get them, and we have to conduct all the process. During the last year, I gathered empirical data out of thousands of labor verdicts. The results show that judges were biased. Some of them were favored the employees, and other were favor the employers. You can see here all the judges, when the right side is judges, they favor the employees, and the left side is judges, they favor the employers. It was frustrating to know that the outcome depends on what the judges took side and what the judge you got to deal your case. Therefore, I went for a research, and I tried to find if we can do things differently. What I did, I deconstructed the legal process and I tried to get to it fundamentals, techniques of the legal procedure. It was not easy. It took me almost 2 years. And eventually I left with only short claims in the pattern of yes-no questions. I realized that you use this technique when you, during a case intake, when you want to understand what the clients really gone through. You use it when you want to match your legal plea with the facts, when you write warning letters, when you write the lawsuit, when you write the positions, and especially when you cross-examine. In all these cases, short claims in the pattern of yes-no questions were the basic communication, and you wanted to ask the other side if he approves or doesn't approve it. So this is how we got to the binary resolution model. And one step before resolving any dispute is to clarify if the sides are really interested in resolving it. There is no way to resolve a dispute when sides are benefit more from its existence and from possible solution. As you might know, most disputes start with harmonical consent. Then at certain point, we realize we have a conflict. After all sides declare they want to resolve the conflict, we design 3 steps of resolution algorithm. First step, each side will write specific claims up to 144 characters. Usually we can manage with less, and confirm they agree with their own claim. Second step, we will mutually transfer the claims to the other party. And we'll ask the other party if it's true. And he will have to say if it's yes, so we are back to consent. If it's no, we are going to the third stage, we will see. And he can also say, I want to skip this question, and this is if the question doesn't have a yes/no answer. And if so, it's much like a consent. So when you have disagreement, every side is asked to explain why did he point his argument, why did he choose his claim or the disagreement. And when you ask him, he has to explain it again in the same way, in short claims that the other side can say yes or no. And when you do it one more time, when you repeat this process, so you will get the map of the dispute. It enables communication, otherwise not possible. It maps the gaps, it highlights the consents, it reduces the controversy, and it increases the likelihood of agreements and understanding. At this stage, if you don't have full consent, you can add lawyers, and you can add mediator to ask more questions. And in the end, you can add even arbitrators that will answer the yes/no questions. We did experiment, and we delivered 10 typical yes/no questions in the labor law, to 100 lawyers that was expert in the field. As I told you, there is no problem finding lawyers in Israel. The experiment showed that it takes average of 12 seconds for professional to answer a short yes/no question. Then I showed the experiment to a few retired judges that I know, and I asked them to sell me a yes/no answers, each answer for $10. And when they realized it can make them more than $1,200 per hour, they all agreed. When I finalized the development of the binary resolution model, I contacted Dr. Galar Paz, which I know before, and I shared with her my conclusions and asked her if the binary process provides an answer for the emotional and psychological needs during the dispute. Dr. Rapaz is a social psychologist, has 25 years of experience as an academic and as a researcher in various fields of social psychology. She has years of practical consultancy experience in the private sector, acting as an expert in interpersonal and intergroup relations. She dealt also with organizational challenges and conflicts, and I asked her to join me today and share with you what she found. I will just tell you in advance that what she found made her join our team. Dr. Galar Paz, please.
Thank you, Gal. I would like to address 3 relevant studies in psychology of conflict resolution, which established my position regarding the binary model of which Gal developed. Professor Nadler and Dr. Schnabel demonstrated 5 years ago the importance of providing appropriate emotional response to any side in the dispute in an attempt to reach reconciliation. The offended side needs to get reinforcing messages and increase his sense of control, and the offender needs to get messages of understanding and belonging. In criminology, there is an offender and an offended, but in the civilized world, both sides feel offended. The discussion about yes/no questions reinforces the understanding, establishes positive communication, and provides a feeling of control. A second study conducted by Halperin and Tagar 3 years ago showed that emotional management of the sides in the dispute, better known as emotional regulation in the field of social psychology, could reduce the conflict through direct and indirect strategies. They argued that the psychological needs of the parties in the conflict should be addressed while working on the next step of the relationships. In general, it's the understanding, the support, and the compensation of the past suffering, as well as the willingness to apologize, the desire to forgive, and to find a solution to the dispute. To reach all of these, we need hope. Hope, for example, expectation for positive results, it is the lead engine in solving the conflict. Past studies have indicated a correlation between hope and creative solutions, creative thinking, support, and compromise. The binary solution gives hope. The binary solution gives hope through focusing, simplification, collection of consents, and reduction of points of controversy. The third study, a meta-analysis that scanned over 500 studies, showed that interaction between both sides in the conflict reduces the level of in-group bias among the members of the conflicting groups. Constructive and active communication, positive communication that is based on collecting consents, reduces over time the negative perception that the parties have of each other. This is true even in extreme conflict situations. I learned that the binary model assumes that for each dispute there are 2 main gaps. The first gap is the misunderstanding. If I don't know that one side wants to eat an orange and the other side wants to make a marmalade from the orange peel, I will not solve the dispute in an effective way. The second gap is a gap of interests, assuming that there are no misunderstandings, of course. If both sides want to eat an orange, we can't fulfill both sides' interests. The binary solution model assumes that the dispute has a practical solution. The binary clarification process works to reduce two types of gaps. When we conduct a binary resolution process, we help remove the misunderstandings. And if you have reached a point where everything is understandable, however, there is still no agreement, it allows you to see further and increase the trust. It allows you to continue in the process and offer new options. For the past 25 years, Gal has acted as an attorney in labor and employment law. He managed complex and groundbreaking class action litigation, and is ranked as one of the top labor law lawyers in Israel. I realize that the ideas that underline the binary resolution have a research basis. I decided to join this move. Gal, please.
Thank you, Dr. Rapaz. Actually, Dispute Tech is like the ABS of disputes. Just like the anti-lock braking system of a car, Dispute Tech is breaking the dispute to the smallest components, and by that allowing full control and short distance resolution. Almost everyone who hears about this model and for the first time thinks that it fits only for small claims, and not all disputes and surely not complex disputes can be described in short phrases of yes, no, or like yes, no questions. But actually, we think that any topic can be described in short phrases, right? It is just a way of describing things, right? Any idea can be described in any language, in English, Hebrew, Spanish, and the binary language, right? And also in small claims of yes, no. All we need is to present a claim and stop to request the other person's approval, right? Actually, every computerized process, no matter how complex, is based on the binary language. We are often told that the essence of mediation is that people can succeed to be heard, and it's not suitable for just yes-no answers. But the binary resolution model does not limit any attempts to be heard. It is just needed to be done according to the model. Anyone can raise the claims without any limitations. Just needed to be worded at a particular claim that allows the other side to confirm or deny. I just want to show you now how it looks. Now, please see that one of the definition of resolution is the process of seeing the smallest things, but you may know it already. So this is the system. Nodod, which is the CTO of Dispute Tech, built this system. He is an entrepreneur, he's a UX designer and technology professional with 20 years of experience in IT, security and software architecture. Previously, Noor served as CTO of several companies in various fields. This is the engine he built, and it opens, you can all see at disputech.com, a public homepage where you can enter the dispute subject. Then you can enter email and name and invite the other side of the dispute. The third stage, you get a unique link. It's like in the Zoom session, that it's personal link that you can use. Then we have verification page. You put your email in to see that the system will know it is you. Then you get into the chat page. And in the chat page, you can enter your claims, as we told before. And this is a real case. And then the other side gets your claims and has the opportunity to say yes, no, or skip. After I answered the questions, I get to know what is agreed and what is disagreed. If it's disagreed, I am asked to explain my claim. And if it's agreed, so we can get to the essence of the dispute. And now we can see that the question actually was whether don't wet the camera in the manual means that I don't allow to go out when there's a few drops of rain. And if we will not agree upon this, we can deliver these questions for short for arbitrators to answer, and they will do it very, very quickly. Now, one very interesting thing we learned, that when we take this conversation and put some more participants, so we discovered that the binary resolution model, when it applied to a group and not just between two individuals, it is able to create the collective will of the group, as it was a direct democracy. Each group member can raise short ideas and the other group members vote yes or no according to the beliefs. The Centralized Autonomous Organization, DAO, is a term from the world of blockchain. We believe that communities that will adopt the binary resolution model can reach common resolution on any topic and not just limited to the world of virtual currencies. The binary resolution model is not a survey. In a survey, the person that asks the question defines the agenda. Being advocates, we know that there is high importance in the way you articulate the question, and it affects the answer. In the binary model technology application, each one of the group members can ask a question and the all other are answering. The discussion in this bibliothèque is different from the group social discussion on Facebook or on WhatsApp or on other social media groups, because in the social media channels, the conversation is polarizing and the algorithms are polarizing. This bibliothèque was against this approach. We collect consents, we reinforce the group bargaining power, and we can create the collective will. I recommend everyone to watch the fantastic movie on Netflix, The Social Dilemma. It was released just a few days ago. And the film describes a negative influence Facebook and Google has on the social and political reality. In this film, they present Justin Rosenstein. He's an ex-Google and ex-Facebook engineer and Sana co-founder. And he says that he feels like we're headed toward dystopia. This was the film. And he said that it's going to take a miracle to get us out of it. And his solution, he says, and that miracle is, of course, a collective will. So we think we promote a collective will. We at Disputech, we cooperate according to the company's vision. The agreements we formulated between the founders are according to the binary solution model. We also agreed that all conflicts should be resolved in the same way. And actually, it's not that easy, because I will give you example for my conflicts. I was serving, I had two major conflicts that affected my life. I was served as a major in the IDF Defense Forces. I was more than once as a soldier in Lebanon, and I was taught that Arabs are our enemy and wanted to destroy us. But Noor Daoud, Disputech CTO that I told you about, is an Israeli Arab that left Israel 10 years ago and lives in today in Norway. According to Noor's point of view, I'm a part of a nation that took his land. But regardless of this and against the odds, we are now business partners and in this venture, and we are cooperating effectively with Disputech tools. And I want to tell you about another conflict, which is my divorce. And my first wife also broke my heart, and the divorce brought me to despair and hit me financially too. And she's a really beautiful lady even now. And it was hard to overcome this. But thanks to the binary resolution model, Dr. Gala Paz, that you met, my ex-wife and me are now business partners as well. And we are cooperating in harmony. And so despite the challenging starting point, the binary resolution model reflects its vision on anyone involved in it. We are here to prove that each dilemma or conflict has a binary solution to it, and if it's successful to us, it will be successful for you too. I believe that by acting together, we can establish a network of technological machines that will find the right solution for any conflict, dispute, or disagreement. It must be a universal system that is not dependent on language or legal system or difference in culture. You probably think that there is no practical way that stakeholders in the field will join forces and work together, but we are here to prove this is wrong. The white label system of Disputech will allow you all to integrate our binary resolution model in any ODR technology you have. The ODR community can set the example, proving that it is possible to work together for a mutual cause using today's technology. You understand more than everyone, you believe in it more than everyone, and most importantly, you have a financial interest in this. If technology can make peace, not only Disputech will benefit from it, we all will benefit from it. All you need to do is to send us your email, and we will invite you to Disputech First, online dispute resolution, decentralized autonomous organization. Very successful business models proved that technology may bring war, injuries, and casualties. It is now our turn to prove that technology can bring peace, because it's not that just a technology, it is an ideology. I want to thank you very much and enjoy the rest of the day.
Thank you both very much that you were right. That was a surprise. We really appreciate you both presenting and taking the time today. I do want to encourage our attendees to fill out the program evaluation that I've linked in the chat window. I also want to mention that our presenters, Disputech, do have an exhibit booth in the exhibit hall. And the next item on the agenda is an exhibit hall break. So I just dropped the link to the exhibit hall in the chat as well. So please do go check out our exhibitors, including Disputech, and thank you all for joining.
Thank you very much.